Alright, so I talked about loaded latency and unloaded latency in previous video. Two types of latency, loaded and unloaded. Before you play a match, you have to check your loaded and unloaded latency. If they are both very low, that is very good. You need both of them to be very low. But if one of your latencies, that is loaded versus unloaded latency, if one of them is very high, what happens is that your network could decide to use the one which is very high, because there is pressure on the network which will contribute to your game being very slow. I hope you understand what I'm saying. So you just check your latency, and even if you check and you find out that your loaded latency, as you can see, you have 325 milliseconds loaded latency, it's very high. Even though it's high, my network can decide to use the channel for unloaded latency to make my game smooth. So for this particular match, it used the unloaded because there's no pressure on the network. So by default, the unloaded is the default latency you would always get if the network is not on pressure. So if you play in the morning, you'd get smooth matches. This particular match I'm playing in the afternoon. But then if you are playing in the afternoon and then there is pressure on your network would use the unloaded. So if your network is using unloaded, you notice that it's very slow. What you can do is just test your unloaded, just test the network speed for 3-4 times. Make sure that the loaded latency is around the 335 range. So if it's 3335, the next time I check, it should be around 335, 400 and something range. It shouldn't magically jump from 335 to another range. It should be stable if it's using a loaded latency. Okay, so it's 413, meaning it's stable. But even though the loaded latency can be stable around the same numbers, your network can use the unloaded latency if there is no pressure on it. So it's the both latencies, both loaded and unloaded, but mostly if it's under pressure afternoon, it's going to use the loaded one. And when it's using the loaded one, you have to make sure that the values are stable. The values shouldn't fluctuate that much. If the values are jumping magically, that means don't play a match during that time. That's the best thing you can do, and I hope you've understood what I'm saying. So from all the different guys we've talked about, I haven't been talking on previous videos because I've been really busy. So we've talked about dash, defend, and move back. You move backwards and you pressure, move backwards, and then you pressure, move backwards. Whenever you're moving backwards, there's something controlling you. All of that is why I've changed my analog stick to this particular analog, just to avoid that stupid thing that controls you to the ball. It just drags you. I don't know how Konami does the game, but whenever you're moving, there's something just dragging you. It just keeps dragging you. You can't properly control the players the way you want to. So I've switched to this directional stick type just to allow me to move back, because we need to move back. And when you're matching up backwards, you can't match up backwards because the game controls how the player to move in every situation. It controls how the player to move. You can only just do a little things to the player, but the main thing is that the game controls every player, their movement, etc. So you just have to just find a way to use the game movement to your advantage, or find a way to make sure that it doesn't hinder you in doing certain things. And this is what I do. We just move backwards. Because when you're moving backwards, I know it will drag us to come and win the ball. And even when you're about to score, you have to make sure that you are controlling. The controlling is unrealistic. There's something that keeps dragging you. I keep saying it, and it's so annoying. So we just move backwards. I was moving backwards, but the player got dragged forward. And yeah, that's it for this particular match, and I'm just gonna win this guy. So if you want to see the previous defending tricks, you can check the previous videos. I'll just end this video here, and these has been everything so far. And if you've not joined the Telegram channel, join Telegram channel. The channel name is now Tester GH, and I don't know when I'll upload next, but I'm gonna see in the next one. When I'm free, I'll talk. When I'm not free, I'll just type in the videos. And yeah, bye bye.